If Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
Elon and Don, you might want to get on the same page there because you seem to disagree about it. Elon, who I guess is in charge of everything now, he just says, oh no, we're declassifying. He's a private citizen. He's not in the government or anything. Private citizen, oh, we're gonna declassify it. And then Trump's like, yup, I would. Well, maybe less so, because there could be phony stuff in there. So like if it ever gets out and there's names that make you uncomfortable to see on there, it's probably phony. Yeah, that's the ticket. There's phony names on there. Well, Donald Trump seems a little bit uncomfortable about that list getting out, but it might. I mean, not only because Elon Musk is in favor of it, but Kash Patel, the guy that he's chosen to head the FBI, has said that he wants to do that. So Elon Musk, he responded positively to someone tweeting out an Econo Times link about Kash Patel saying that they need to release the Epstein and Diddy lists. I don't know, maybe Trump is on the Diddy list too, probably less so. But so anyway, Kash Patel's super excited about it. Elon Musk wants to see it there. Only Donald Trump seems to think you should not necessarily trust everything on there. So here is Kash Patel making the case for why they should do this.
To me, what you said is the most important: restoring trust.
Yes.
In our agencies and departments. That the way to do that is not to get a piñata and just punch him mercilessly. And hoping for some bubble gum to pop out. The way to do that is to literally give the American people the truth. And that's what they feared about Donald Trump. He's going to come in there and maybe give him the Epstein list and maybe give him the P. Diddy list. He's going to come up there and maybe do all these things, and they are terrified.
Okay, so first off, as a guy who occasionally delves into weird metaphors, I don't know what the bubblegum thing was, but anyway, so he's super excited, man. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna put the list out. Has he not been listening to Donald Trump? Did he not see Donald Trump wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well? Like all of these warning signs of Donald Trump, the guy who flew with Epstein many times and all that, apparently 6 times more we found out than had previously been disclosed. I don't know why they kept hiding after the first set came out. Does he not get that Trump is uncomfortable about this? I think he's gonna have to be brought up to speed if he does end up running the FBI, yes, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think that there's all this tribalism that's associated with like the Diddy list and the Epstein list. Or at least that's what they keep telling us, like, oh, the left doesn't want you to see the list or the right doesn't want this to come out and blah, blah, blah. If there is a list, I think everyone wants to see it. I think everyone in our audience wants to see the list if there is a list, right? But I did think it was funny back whenever Trump was doing that interview and he was asked, are you going to release the Epstein list? He was asked if he was going to release a lot of other things at the same time. And that was the one that he pushed back on. Everything else was, yeah, release it. Give it all to the public. And then he was like, but maybe the Epstein list will be a little bit more careful about. And the reason why he gave at the time was, oh, you know what? There could be some phony people on there. And that's a thing that he does all the time, to the point that it makes me crazy that people don't see through it better than they do or more often than they do. He's saying that because he's setting it up so that whenever it does come out and his name or his family member's name or his friends' names are on those lists, which inevitably I think they will be, then he can say, well, that's one of the phony ones that I told you about. And so then instead of seeming defensive, he comes off as prophetic, right? And then they say, oh, see, he really was like the man of the people. He's the one, he told us from the beginning that this was going to happen. And here it is, it did happen, and it must have been the Democrats' fault. So it's very simplistic, but it works still for some reason. I don't know why.
Willful ignorance. They love the idea. They conjured up the whole pedophile thing so that if I don't like you, you're probably a pedophile. They just automatically apply that. And then when people on their side are like, maybe trafficked a kid or whatever, they don't care. They literally don't care at all. Trump, has a single right winger been like, I probably would have preferred if Donald Trump wasn't apparently like very close friends with Jeffrey Epstein for years and years and years and years and partied with him. Again, it's so obviously hypocritical. This is my core value. I think the elites are pedophiles and I want to stop it. And I don't care if any of my elites are affiliated with them. Are any of them worried about Matt Gaetz and what he's been alleged to have done? Any of them care literally at all about that? Nope. It's the billionaires who support Harris who are the pedophiles. Why would that be the case? Why would only those be the pedophile? Not the many billion. He's like Tucker Carlson right there is talking with the literal richest man in the world, and he pretends to buy that. It's such a strange way to live your life. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.